Hey honey bunches, so I'll just pause here to tell you that this is a what I ate in a week from a Sunday to Sunday, so you get an extra day, and let's get right into it. This is everything I ate sans some extra cups of tea, which I technically drink, so maybe you can forgive me. I drink a bit of tea, so I didn't film every single one. So this is Sunday, and I've been having a lot of porridge lately because it's pretty cold. We're in like the middle of our winter, and I like to have quick oats with a little bit of vanilla protein powder for some extra flavour, and then if it doesn't get thick enough in the pot, then I just leave it in the bowl for a bit, and that tends to thicken it up, so that's an extra handy tip. I had it with coconut sugar and raspberries and was swell. I've been enjoying this very much lately, and I have it quite a bit, so get ready for some porridge overload. For a morning snack, I had some leftover Liv's Millionaire bites that I took back from some recent travels, and I probably had like 2 or 3. I just finished off the bucket, which Harvey, our dog, was ever so jealous of. They are seriously so good, but my favourite flavour is probably the orange one actually, so recommend that one if you ever see them. This is lunch. It's just leftovers of a vegan sausage, mash, and roasted cauliflower and broccoli, which had some like vegan parmesan shreds on it, and we've been having this maybe like once a week because it's just so delicious, and it's kind of like a comfort food nostalgia meal that's pretty darn delicious. Sunday afternoon I had a bit of a bake-a-thon, so I made these black bean brownies from this cookbook, which is just so beautiful. Look at that photography, it's all kind of in that style of photography. So I made those black bean brownies and my 1 bowl banana bread, which if you haven't tried, I highly recommend. It's probably one of my most popular videos because it is gluten-free, oil-free, and pretty much just like baked oatmeal but in a style of banana bread. This is the black bean brownies, and they were pretty darn good. They taste like black bean brownies. Don't expect them to be like decadent brownies that happen to be super healthy, but yes, gotta provide the goods when you have a older brother in the house. So I had a bit of them for afternoon tea, and this is dinner. I made this gratin thing from Vegan Rich's cookbook. It's really easy and super delicious. You layer cauliflower and potato and lentils and things and put it in the oven. This is me trying to make some creamed spinach out of silken tofu nutritional yeast mixture, frozen spinach, which is defrosting in the oven there, and then mixing that all together, and it actually worked pretty well for someone who's never, I don't think, even eaten creamed spinach before. From what I've heard and seen of it, this seemed to do a pretty good job. So I had some of that for dinner, and I think that's Sunday. Nope, we're not there yet. This is me telling you that Sunday dinner was delicious. Now we're on Monday. So Monday again, I decided to have some porridge. I always seem to get up and want a smoothie, but then I, with lack of a better phrase, chicken out because it's just too cold. I didn't have any coconut sugar, so that's coconut nectar that I was using on the top with some raspberries. That was pretty delicious, although I recommend coconut sugar over coconut nectar. That's my preference anyway. I was going to uni this morning, so I took a Deliciously Ella energy ball, took back from travels, and this is me showing like only one of the many cups of tea I had. I took that for the car trip to uni. So lunchtime I came back and we had most of a can of chickpeas in the fridge, so I mashed them in a bowl with a plethora of other ingredients, which I'll share in a full recipe soon. But essentially I made a chickpea and then tuna salad, but it's not tuna obviously, it's chickpea with other delicious things which make it taste slightly fishy but delicious. And when you're building your sandwich, when you think you've got enough, you're only halfway. Put on oodles more, and that goes for lettuce, because when you've only got like 2 things in your sandwich, it's best to just go all out with both of them. I mean, how good does that look? So that was just for photographing purposes, which kind of made it all fall out a little bit. But this is so delicious. I'll try to make a healthier version with maybe just avocado instead of like half avo, half mayo. But yeah, I'll share that super soon. Then I had some black bean brownie that afternoon, it looks like. super filling blocks of goodness. This is Harvey looking very unimpressed. So we decided that dinner was going to be a lasagna, because lasagna makes everyone happy, eh Harvey? In truth, I was using up the leftover cream spinach by making a mostly spinach veggie filled lasagna. I used gluten-free lasagna sheets. There's some mushrooms and other veggies and pumpkin that I was gonna put, and this is the layered finished beast of a thing. It's pretty easy to whip up. You just have to make sure to start it early enough in the day. Hey, Harvey's all happy again, because it takes like an hour to cook. But yes, look at all those lovely layers. My plating up skills of lasagna have a while to go, but it was delicious. My mum went out for lunch that day, and there was a vegan there was vegan food, and she brought me back a little lime citrusy raw cheesecake, so of course I had that for dessert starting off Monday on a decadent win. It was super creamy and delicious. I think that's Monday, everyone. On to Tuesday. Are we gonna shake it up? What am I going for? Am I having brownies for breakfast? No. I'm going for banana bread. And if you make my banana bread and you're like, well, this is good, but I want to take it to another level, then pop it in the toaster, Honeybunches, and then whack some stuff on it. Today I whacked some sliced strawberries, and this was just heaven. It is kind of like baked oatmeal with chocolate chips. At least that's what I'm telling myself. It's really not that unhealthy if you look at the ingredients list, and so I thought this was a moderately acceptable breakfast of sorts. Highly recommend. What's this? This looks like lunch, and I heated up leftover lasagna and had that before I chuffed off to uni. So on Tuesday, that would be, yes. It looks a little manky, but I can assure you it tastes all the better for when it's had a night in the fridge, had a sleepover with your other fridge ingredients, and it's had a chance to meld its flavors together. Then I said goodbye to this button. No, I didn't. I just told him I was going to make a hot chocolate, which he was ever so happy about. This is some soy milk that I put on the stove saucepan and made a coconut hot chocolate thing with this Cocoa Bell product, which I don't think you can get very prolifically around the world. There goes prolific. Wow, my vocab's so small. And had this. It's seriously the best. Then Tuesday, I was home alone but feeling a little bit experimental or wanting to do things in the kitchen, so I cooked some pumpkin, but I didn't end up eating that. The main event was these hot for food crab cakes, which are based around artichoke and chickpea flour, and then you dredge them up with almond milk, more chickpea flour and breadcrumbs, and then you crispy them up. I didn't hold back on the oil front because I was just feeling like I wanted to do these how the recipe said. That was some lemony garlic mayonnaise thing to pop on top, and far out. These were just on another planet. These were so good. I can't even tell you. I don't even think I've had a crab cake before, but these were much better than crab cakes because they're vegan and amazing. I think we're on to Wednesday now. So there was like 2 pieces left of banana bread, and I popped them in the toaster again, and instead of putting strawberries on top, which was a healthier start to the week, I just put like half a teaspoon of vegan butter on, which the savory sweet combination is rather satisfying. So I definitely recommend doing that to all your fruity breads and things of that nature. I took an energy ball to uni again. This was my full long day at uni for sustenance. And while I was at uni, I didn't film because I'm an embarrassed noob, but I went to a vegan vegetarian sort of society place and had dal and brown rice. It's only $3 and I had that with a friend and it filled me up real good. Got home and my mum had turned to but my family could never go vegan, to the potato and leek soup recipe. So she made that, and then we blended half of it so it was smooth, chunky potato and leek soup, and that's a bit of sourdough toast on the side. It was very delicious. And this is some Tesco chocolate. Tesco's not in Australia, Tesco's in the UK. But yeah, that was good. This is Thursday, and look at that sunrise. Definitely putting on a show for the vid, but you don't come to this space to look at sunrises, so back to the food. I had porridge again. This time I went for the rice malt syrup, sweetener option with raspberries, and usually I have flax on these porridges, I should point out, but we didn't have that. Ran out. Then we were going over to this shop called Terra Madre to stock up on things like flax, and we had lunch at a Loving Hut near there. So this is a pad thai with faux duck. That was Dell, but it kind of fills you up to a point where you feel a tad bit sick and you want to go into a food coma. Got back, did productive things, another cup of tea and some of these dark chocolate almonds, which we got over there because they have sort of a big bulk section. Then I need to make a big batch of faux sausage rolls, which is my recipe, using lentils and oats. You turn them into a porridge and then add all the seasonings. I was doing this for like a catering thingy. So that's all of them cooking in the oven, and I made a batch and a half, so there was some for dinner because it's important to think of yourself as well. Then, as a snack, I had one of these corn cakes with some cashew cheese, which we bought also at this miraculous, lovely place. And far out, this is so good! It just tastes better than the ingredient says it should. It's like dill, cashews, probiotic-y things, and a drizzle of olive oil on top. It's amazing. This is dinner, some lentil rolls, which I make a lot of the time because they're unbelievably good, and that was broccoli. So we're on to Friday now. I should keep up. This is porridge with flax and nut butter because we now had it, and that totally filled me up. Ready for a productive day. A snack was more of those corn cakes with that cashew cheese, which was out of this world, and I got slightly all too into it. Friday, I went out to lunch with a friend because it was their B-day, and we got falafel pita pockets and some chips, and then we went to frozen yogurt place, and that's my frozen yogurt. It was so good. I had chocolate and soy custard flavour. Dinner, wasn't really that hungry, so more potato and leek soup leftovers and some olive and rosemary bread, which we toasted and then put some more of that cashew cheese on it. This is for me and my brother. He had 2 bits, I had 1 bit, and that did us nicely for Friday. This combination of sourdough and this cheese was out of this world. It tasted too decadent. And then I had a slab of B-day cake that I got to take home from my lovely friend, and it was double chocolate and it was fabulous. Saturday, this is Nelson. He's not our dog. I regularly babysit him, kind of. It's the best gig ever. I finally caved in to my smoothie urges and made a mixed berry, spinach, banana smoothie, and I did get through it, and I was cold but we made do. Nelson wasn't all that into it. After going to the market to get some fresh veg, I had a snack of, I think, 2 of those bits. The other bit was for my bro because we were totally digging that cheese stuff. Saturday lunch, I decided to make some one-pot comfort ramen because my brother was sick and he needed some broth, although the ramen noodles probably didn't help. Anyway, this recipe video is on my channel, we'll link below, and we had it with some tofu on top. It's super delicious, ridiculously easy, and it's one pot, so you cook the noodles with it. It's very quick. I filmed oodles of stuff that afternoon, like 3 videos on different ways to use up the vegan egg, which I'm sure you'll see on my channel, and so I had leftovers of all that. I'll link the video below to that one, and all of them were out of this world, crazy good. Sunday, we've made it, and I've talked for too long, so let's race through. The Sunday, I had buckwheat pancakes, gluten-free, added some blueberries because I was inspired, felt like a nostalgic hit, I don't know. These were delicious, had with some maple syrup, frozen raspberries, and I had like 2 more as a snack after. This was a late breakfast, but I kind of grazed through pancakes in the morning, and they did not disappoint. Sunday, went out for an acai bowl with another friend. This was an absurd amount of eating out for me in a week, but not complaining. It had stewed apples and koyo, then bikinis, then acai right at the bottom. While I was editing the afternoon away, I had some more dark chocolate almonds and some tea. Pretty darn delicious and dangerous little nuggets. Dinner, I had a little bit of kombucha, not the whole thing, don't worry. While making dinner, I just felt like a burrito bowl, so I used up some rice, put black beans with it, other veggies, spices, and whacked on some salsa. Salsa isn't really something that Australians do, but I saw a pretty decent looking brand and enjoyed this thoroughly, so I'm inspired and converted. Thank you so much for watching, Honey Bunches. If you've got to the end, you're a serious champion, and I love you to the ends of the earth. I hope you got inspired in some way by this video and you do something today that will make you smile. Wishing you a lovely week, and I'll see you in the next video, Honey Bunches. Bye!